Hey guys, it's Johnny with JMFD Customs, the holster division of Cayenne Precision LLC. Here today with something a little bit different than the usual staccatos you're used to seeing. We have a Canik TTI Combat. These were highly talked about at SHOT Show and afterwards. Apparently they're still highly sought after because I could not get one through any of my distributors. So I would like to give a special thanks to my friend Patrick Watson at Watson Precision Firearms in Oklahoma City. He was able to get one of these and he let me snag it from him. They're still very hard to find, at least some places. So let's get into this. We're gonna do the unboxing. Then I may have to redo the camera so we can get it down there, but I had to back it so far out because this is just a huge box that this thing comes in. I was not expecting this. It is not a Pelican case, but it is similar to a Pelican case. It's actually very good quality from what I've been able to see. So let's get into this. Gonna open it up and then have to move this again. There's a little write-up from TTI. Then you have all of your paperwork, your owner's manual, disassembly, the Canik toolbox and content, and then an ad for the Rival S. So anyway, all of that's in there, so we can get that out of the way. And then we get right to the Canik. Now we have already shot this. The shooting part of the video that you saw at the intro is us actually shooting it. It was the first 10 rounds. What we did with this was we took it to the range, we picked it up from Patrick, we took it straight to the range, we took it out of the box, we started shooting it. We did not clean it, we did not break it down, we did not lube it in any way. We just took it out there, pulled it out, started running it. So that's the initial shots that you saw there. There was a couple of hiccups along the way, which I'll talk about later in the video, but this is what you get. Comes with the regular mag in it already. Go ahead and get rid of that. Very nice trigger pull. I will give it that. Canik does have trigger weight and striker fires. They do have that figured out. So we'll set that off to the side for now. You also get the extended mag with the TTI base plate. That's the paperwork that came off of the gun when we took it to the range. So you have all of that. And you have Canik's cute little toolkit that they put in a little baby Canik for you. Some people are gonna love this if I can get the camera to focus. So anyway, we have that. And then you have the interchangeable back straps, if you can get them to come out of here, which I'm not having much luck doing. All right, there we go. So anyway, you have the back straps so you can swap it out for whichever one that you want on the pistol. Thin, thinner, fatter, whatever you want to do. So there's that. They do have cutouts on here for the optic on the gun if you want it, for the extra mag. The thing that I did think was cool was you pull these out, and if you, for some reason, just don't ever want another mag, you can peel this off. It'll have adhesive underneath it. You stick it back in there, then it's not gonna work loose or anything, but I honestly can't see why anyone would do that. Right off the bat, I found something that I do not like, and this is, here are your optics plates for mounting different optics. There's one up here, and there's two right here. These are plastic. These are made out of some kind of polymer. And as you can see, we have some flex. That's a big nope for me. Of course, I'm used to running the Dawson plates on my staccatos, and this I just can't get on board with the polymer, but whatever. I mean, in all fairness, it is a $900 gun. Some places are selling them for $899. Some places are selling them for $999, $1299, whatever. That's based on demand. I imagine when the hype dies down for these, that the price point will come in right at between $899 and $999 in most gun stores out the door. So we get rid of the top layer. It's a 2-layer case. we'll get rid of the top layer and we'll go to the bottom. This is where you're going to find all your goodies. Cleaning brush, spot that you can pull out for another cleaning brush, another spot that you can empty out over here for some other stuff. Your cleaning rod, this takedown tool, which we will actually use here in a minute, you have to remove the comp. So it's actually a very nice little punch. So we're going to lay it out to the side because we're actually going to use it. Your loader, if you choose to use that. Your Canik, let's see if we can get it to focus. There it is. TTI had to throw in the little gold challenge coin, which is actually pretty cool. Your gun lock, and then here is another recoil spring. Try to get all this to focus. This is a recoil spring. This is for shooting light loads. And they tell you in the manual, the FPS and all that, when you should swap, sorry, got tongue-tied, when you should swap springs. This spring is marked. See if I can get this to focus right there so you don't get confused on which one you have. It has low written right across it. So this is your low power spring. It says if you're running low power competition loads, I believe is how they phrase it, you'll want to install this. If you're running normal factory ammo, you'll want to run the spring that is in the gun. So we have all of that. Then you have Canik's holster, which if you're on our channel, then you already know that we're a holster manufacturer. This is neat. We can do better. We will do better. Right now we're doing R&D on 2 new staccatos. And once that's done, this one is actually on the list. For just a regular little OWB, it's not horrible. On a gun this big, I don't understand why we cut this so low. This does not need to be cut all the way down past the chamber. It just needs to clear your optic. And this is clearly an OWB holster, so I'm not sure why this didn't cover full on the back, come up further on the front. I don't know. The fitment is good. I will give you that. It does fit good. But like I said, we can do better. And we will. So anyway, let's get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to cut the feed right here. I'm going to move all of this stuff off the bench where we just have the gun and we just have the takedown tool, and then we'll go through the inside of this and show removing the comp and how this is all set up inside. So we'll be back in just a minute. All right, guys, so we're back. We just have the gun, we just have the takedown tool here. Pop the mag out. All right, I'm sure you guys, if you're watching this, you already know, but in case you're new to Canik and you just bought one because of this particular model, a little bit of pressure on the slide, pull down on these. There's one on each side. Grab both of them, slide down, pop the slide forward about 0.6 inches is what the manual says, and then just lift it off. So then you're separated from that. Put your frame over there. On this, then just remove the guide rod, pull up, out. It's a captured spring. Very standard on striker fire. Now this is where it gets interesting for this compensated model that they put on here. Push up on the barrel just a little bit, slide it forward, and then you're going to use, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. We'll see how it works out. And doing it reverse in front of the camera. Take this punch, this takedown tool that they sent with it, and you're going to insert it right there in the front. If I can see right there, that's going to release that, that's going to push that spring in, it's going to release a detent in there. Then you just turn with your other hand, turn the comp. It turns to the side, comes off. And then you notice this stays cocked back. So when we put it together here in a minute, you put it on there, you turn it, when you get it in place, you'll hear a little click and it'll snap into place. So this is the comp on the TTI Canik. So we have that. Then barrel, lift up just a little bit on the back, pull it out of your slide. you're good to go. The fit and finish on this is actually really good. I'm impressed with the fit and finish on this. I've had Caniks before, and they were unique pistols. One of the reasons we took this right out of the box and went and fired it was on our Elite SC. We had one of those, and it did not like to fire right out of the box. There was failures right out of the box, and I got to reading, and everybody said, lock the slide back and let it set for about 24 hours with the spring compressed, and then it should run fine. So we tried that, and it ran fine. But I don't think you should have to do that to a new pistol. I don't think you should have to take it out of the box and leave the slide all the way back for 24 hours for it to work. So with this, since it's got TTI's name on it, I wanted to take it out of the box, just take it out to the range and run it and see what it would do. And that's what we did. We'll get into the fit and finish. Like I said, it's great. The barrel, I do not like this QD system that they have on the comp. I don't understand this. Just thread this. Just thread it, and that way you have the option to pull this off and run suppressed if you want to. But the way this is designed, you do not have that option. You are locked in to this compensator running on this barrel because of their little, let me see if I can get this to focus, basically proprietary system they have on the end of this. If it's not proprietary, I've never seen it before. So while we were shooting this, we did not have very many issues. I think we had a total of 4. We had 2 stovepipes. We had one that was really weird. We chambered around and pull the trigger, and you see the firing pin drop. You see the firing pin indicator drop, but nothing went off. So I ejected that round, dropped the mag, ejected that round, looked at the round, and there was nothing. The primer on it had not even been touched. So I thought that was really weird. So I wanted to know if it was the round. We chambered that round again, pulled the trigger, boom, it fired just fine. So I'm not really sure what that was. So that was one, the 2 stovepipes, and then we had at one time, we had a round get jammed into the feed ramp and failed to go into battery that way. So that was our 4 failures. We ran probably between 100 to 150 rounds down this, and it was the initial rounds, no cleaning, no lube, no prep, no nothing. Then we had those 4 failures. That's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. I don't know what it would have done if we had broke it down, cleaned it and all that. I did not like it, but it wasn't something that I went, oh my gosh, this thing is horrible. So we're gonna reassemble this so that you can see how this goes back together. So you just take your barrel, normal striker fire, drop it back in there. Just like that. Slide your barrel forward just a little bit, and then there's a place on here for the comp. Push it back, turn it. I don't know if you heard that on camera or if I was talking over it, but it did click back into place. So this is now flush. It is locked on there. You're ready to go. Then you can just put your recoil spring guide rod back in here, and you're ready to go. Drop it back on the pistol. Trying to do this working around the camera. So that is the Canik TTI Combat. It's a good pistol, but at this point, the difference in the $500 to the $1,000 between this and like the Rival and the SFX and stuff like that, I do not see this gun being worth the extra money. That's just my personal opinion. If I was going to invest in a Canik, I would personally buy one of those other options for $500 instead of this for $1,000, because for $1,000, what you're getting is you're getting the case, you're getting a TTI combat coin, you're getting the TTI paint job, the comp, the magwell from TTI, and the magazine base plates from TTI. which to me, get a threaded barrel Canik. That way you can run a comp or you can run a suppressor, and then you're just missing the base plates and the mag well. And I'm not that familiar with TTI's lineup for Canik, but you may be able to buy these aftermarket parts for any Canik from them. I do not know. So anyway, that's it. My final thoughts on it. It's a neat gun, but you're spending a lot of money on marketing. It does have some innovation to it. I will give them credit for that. But if it came down to where would I spend my money, I would spend $500–600 on one of the other Caniks with a threaded barrel, and I would use that other $400 for ammo. So anyway, all right, that is it for this. Oh, one thing I do want to address. Sorry, I completely forgot this until just now. And I don't know why, because this is a comped gun. I just had a major brain aneurysm. For a comped gun, one of the things that I wanted to discuss is the compensator on this is lacking for what it's supposed to do. Like I have a Glock 17C that I've had for over a decade now. That gun is phenomenal. And the comp on it, of course, is different. If you've ever seen the Glock, it's got the little V porting on the front of it. It really does eliminate the recoil impulse, and it is a flat shooter. This gun does not shoot that flat. As a matter of fact, we have a slow-mo video because the only thing that I had at the range that day to compare it to was a couple of staccatos, and the longest barrel that I had was the new Staccato C. So we did a slow-mo side-by-side of it and the C, and because everybody that shot this gun was like, man, that's got more recoil than I thought it would. So I was like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling it too. So let's do a slow-mo video side by side. So I held both of them at the same height, fired them, and in the slow-mo video, you can tell the Staccato C, the muzzle on it rises about a ½ inch higher than this, but then the Staccato is right back on target flat, while this takes time, more time than you would think, to slowly come back down on target. The recoil impulse on this gun is very weird. That's the only way I know how to explain it. The comp on this is not impressive for a comp. There are much better compensators on the market that you can get and slap on any pistol. Like I said, you can get one of their threaded barrels, and you can slap a much more effective comp on it than this. So there's that. Cannot believe that I forgot to put that in until the very end, since that's one of the main features everybody's talking about with the pistol. So anyway, there you have it. That's my thoughts on the Canik TTI Combat. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on our social media pages. We're going to be back doing some more staccato videos and some more holster videos here soon. So we'll see you then. Okay.